women attraction and how to handle it. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably new on this journey, probably just started the journey. You know, I'm getting more subs and stuff like that. How to handle women attraction. Now, you guys got to understand that I understand that women is going to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Women's going to be around you no matter what. You know, we can't try to act like they don't coexist, right? So when women are coming around you and you getting this woman attraction, it ain't like you got to act funny towards women or you have to, you know, really like truly like disregard them. Like, nah, I don't want to be bothered. You don't have to do that. You know, unless you lack a lot of discipline on semen retention, then okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you a man of discipline and you want semen retention, you don't have to do that. You know, life is about balance. You know, you're gonna be hanging around women and men, right? But we talking about specifically the women attraction. So basically, how you're gonna handle it is, you know, when women come around you, you're gonna be like, you know, what's up, your women friends? You know, you're gonna hang around them. It ain't like, even if like they give you a hug, it's okay to hug women and stuff like that and hang out with women and, you know, and stuff like that. Like during the workplace and, you know, you see a woman, let's say if you see one of your old school, high school women friends or something like that, you see her out in the store and she wave at you or something, you wave back, you talk to her, hi, what's up, and then you go on about your business. You know, this is how you handle the women attraction. You know, a lot of guys, man, they think like they gotta just be running from women. Nah, life is about balance, man. You know, the black and white. You know, life is about balance. So it ain't nothing wrong with being around women, you know, in different settings. Like I said, you can't you can't really escape women, you know, when you on semen retention. You still living in this, you know, this realm. You still in a world full of women and men, you know. You still in a world full of them. So, and plus there's more women in this world than men. You know, it's statistically proven that that's a fact. So, and that is true. So you guys got to understand that this is how you handle the women attraction. A lot of guys, they don't know how to handle it. They get around women. They, you know, they start acting funny. They just, you know, tell women, leave me alone. I'm on semen retention and I don't want to be bothered. Guys, you don't have to necessarily do women like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like as if like, you know, if you was been talking to a female as far as like at the workplace or whatever, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're not going over that woman's house or anything, you know, because that's for guys that have very supreme discipline, you know, and not mess with a woman. And like I said, you got to have a lot of discipline, but I'm not telling you guys to go to women's house. But I'm just saying, like, in the workplace, when you go out, this is how you handle the women attraction. You know, you don't got to handle the women attraction like, you know, some of these other guys are, like, really teaching you to, like, you don't have to be mean to women. You don't have to be, oh, no, I'm on semen retention. Get away from me. Or be running away from women. Like, you don't have to do that. You know, that's kind of like, you know, that's childish and that's not how you handle it. You know, you can still say, what's up, hi, hold a conversation with a female. Like, for an example, like, when I go to my job, you know, it's women at my job. You know, I see y'all hang around, I talk to them, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I can't dodge them. I can't act like, whoa, I got, anyway, a little rain, but I can't dodge them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dodging women. You know, I'm just being around women, you know, in the workplace, talk to them, being respectful. You don't have to be disrespectful because you don't semen retention or, you know, acting like women ain't this or that. No, just be yourself, bro. As long as you ain't trying to get these women number and just taking it too far. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, when you start to get these women number, you start to focus on the female. You know, then it becomes a distraction. But this is how you handle the women attraction. It's okay to hang around women when you on semen retention, bro. You know, in the workplace, or you are in a setting, a particular setting. Let's say if you go to the club or something like that, and women around, it ain't nothing wrong with dancing with women and stuff like that, as long as you ain't trying to get their number and trying to smash, bro. But you know what I'm saying? So for you guys that's on this journey, I would just say, like, try to just, like, focus more on your purpose, I would tell you guys to, like, stay out the club for the guys that's new on this journey. If you new on this journey, don't be going to the club and stuff like that, because you new on this journey. You know what I'm saying? So you want to just, like, you want to dismiss a lot of different, settings when it comes down to women. You want to, like, dismiss it if you new to this journey. But if you've been on this journey for a year or two, and you got self-control, and you can go for this long, for that long, you know what I'm saying? You could kind of get back out, because life is about balance. You can get back out there and, go to the club, but at the same time, how far to take it. It's, this is for guys that know how far to, that know how far to take it when it comes down to women attraction. Know how far to, like, go with women. That got a lot of self-control. This is for the guys that got a lot of self-control. This is how you handle, the women attraction. But for you guys that don't have, like, the self-control down pat, and you just get on this journey, man, you want to basically just pull back from the club scenes. You want to, pull back from, like, going out so much, hanging around women. Now, you're going to be around women at work. I understand that. And that's just understandable. But, you got to develop the mindset of, having discipline. You got to get you some discipline, man. Get you some discipline. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to women in the workplace. Some of you guys might have, good-looking women in the workplace. Really good-looking women. You might have, like, really good jobs, or you might work in the hospital, and you like, man, you know what I'm saying? How would I handle it? How do I go about it, Coleman? And it's just like, you say hi to them, be cool with them, stuff like that. But your main focus is, like, your purpose. Your main focus is, like, to better your lifestyle. Your main focus is to, semen retention is to actually better you. Releasing is what's going to harm you. And we all know that. When you orgasm, when you have an orgasm, guys, it brings you down. It brings your energy down, because just think about it, man. Semen is very, very powerful. If you can have a whole child with semen, that's a lot of nutrients. That's a lot of proteins and vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff, man. That's a lot of that in that. If it can make a whole child. So imagine if you hold it in, absorb it in, imagine how better you're going to feel, when you go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, etc., months, you're going to feel a lot better. Life. I'm telling you guys, semen retention is real. It's a real journey. It's going to give you a drive that you never had. It's going to give you a drive that you never had, man. It's giving me a drive I never had before in my life. I'm just so thankful. You got to be thankful that you found this knowledge. Be thankful. Don't take this knowledge for granted. I'm telling you. Do exactly what I'm telling you. So women attraction and how to handle it. If you're new to this journey, I'm going to tell you how to handle it. You need to pull back from the club settings, going out as much and stuff like that, because you're trying to absorb the energy. You're trying to focus on the energy. You're trying to focus on yourself. You're trying to reap the benefits. You're trying to, better your life. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to, become a better man. You want more testosterone. You're trying to cultivate the energy. You're trying to create that electric charge. You're trying to gain more focus. So how you handle it, if you're a beginner on semen retention, just pull back. Pull back, man. Be more in the house, or go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym now. If you just got on this journey too. Go to the gym, and go to the gym for you. Don't go to the gym to get numbers and all that stuff. Some guys go to the gym just to get numbers. They don't even work out like that. And, they be buying memberships because they know that these good-looking women be in the gym, and they be trying to holler at them. No, go to the gym. If any place that you're going to, go out is really go to the gym, bro. If you're a beginner and, like, just exercise and stuff like that and just hold in your sexual energy, man. I'm telling you. You're going to be a powerful being. you keep going weeks after weeks, bro, you're going to feel a lot better. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You know, powers beyond comprehension. Like, you're going to be like wondering, whoa. No, this is crazy. I don't understand how I got all this energy, how I got all this focus, how I feel so good. I'm more happier. Like, you're going to be thinking, like, you're going to be more happier in everything, bro. Brain fog is going to wipe, it's going to clear out. You just got to keep going weeks and days and months. Watch. You're going to notice how better your lifestyle going to be. But in your mindset, in your health. But for the guys that's been on this journey, how you handle the woman attraction is, like I said, you know, you can go out and, you know, if you develop that discipline to know how far to take it with the woman attraction, you can go back out and, you know, go to the clubs and hang out and stuff like that and dance with women and stuff like that. But don't be trying to get their numbers. See, I'm gonna hold you accountable because you've been on this journey for 1 or 2 years. So I'm giving you I'm giving you that benefit of doubt that you're gonna be able to handle it and you're gonna know how far to go. So this is what I'm telling you can get back out, because life's about balance. You know what I'm saying? So you can get back out and, you know, be around women, but don't be trying to get their numbers, stuff like that. Just go out and just have fun. And like I said, like a couple months ago, I went out, danced with females, you know, at the club. Didn't get none of their numbers. I danced with 2 females, and I felt good. You know what I'm saying? I just like was feeling their energy. That's all. You know, it was just an energy thing. You know, with men, those women. So guys, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, get on this journey. This journey is gonna help you for the better. You know, you're gonna be a better man. So for the guys that's been on this journey for a while, you've been on this journey for quite some time, bro, you can get back out and get a more balanced life. You know, semen retention is not about trapping you in the house. No, for the guys that's developed the discipline and been on this journey for like 1 or 2 years, and you know how far to take it with women, you can get back out. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know how far to take it with women. I already know you're not going to relapse. I already know that you got it. I already know that you develop self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? I already know that you got self-control. But for the guys that just got on this journey, no, you need to pull back. Stop going to the clubs. Stop going to the, you know, bars, settings, all that. You know, just go to the gym only. Or, you know, exercise around your area. You know, jog and stuff like that. But just try to, like, stay away from women as much as possible if you just started this journey. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to have women in the workplace. Golly, man, that sound. They out, man. But anyway, of course, you're going to have women that you're going to deal with in the workplace. But just, like, kind of like, you could talk to them, but at the same time, don't be, like, trying to flirt with them to the point where, like, you know, you feeling some type of way like you need to make your move or give them your number. Like, focus on yourself. Focus mainly on yourself and retain it for the beginner guys. But yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you guys, this is going to be a fun journey. You know, semen retention is a fun journey because it betters you. It makes you more happier as a man. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be more happier as a man. You know, I'm telling you guys, man, I'm more happier as a man on this journey. I haven't been this happy in a while. When I was releasing my sexual energy, bro, and I couldn't, you know, handle the women attraction and stuff like that, when I was releasing a lot, you know, that was before